Hello, hi, and hello. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be sculpting, showing you some resin techniques that I have, but I had an order recently of a 17 colander keychain. Yes, colanders, the things that you use to wash vegetables and fruit. I love it. There's so many cute groups. Colander group, that's the cutest thing I've ever heard. And they all have their own different colors. Okay, so 17 colander keychains. I have made quite a few already. This is kind of the end result here that we're going for. It's a basic bowl, but then I did some resin drips out the little holes to make it seem like it was colandering. Yes, this was my original one. As you can kind of see, I did actually poke all of the holes completely through, but if I were to squeeze this thing too hard, it would probably break. Okay, it's not breaking, but it's definitely bendy. This is already baked. Oh, see, there it is broke. I obviously had to do a lot to do that, but it just shows that it's brittle. And there, it just kind of tears where all the holes are. And then I tried to do a little mini one, same kind of thing. I tried to poke the holes. It's so hard to make a bowl and then to try to push the holes in it, but while also trying to keep the structural integrity. So I will be showing you exactly how I did that to these. They look a lot thicker. She's thick, but we've made a whole bunch and I need to do some resin. So join me, let's make those. Let's see what else we can make. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, first things first, we will be going in with our clay. I use Sculpt Primo. I'm part of so many polymer clay groups and I listen to reviews like it's the Bible, okay? If I go onto a polymer clay group and like 1,000 people say not to use this certain clay, I won't ever use it. I won't even try it, to be honest. Sorry. But if all of these people that are specifically using this medium and they all say, don't get this one, it's ass, I won't be getting it. So Sculpt Primo is the one that I started with. It's my tried and true. I have a Sculpt Original in here. It's just way too soft to work with. It almost feels like you're working with somebody's chewed up gum. This one at least feels like the person hasn't chewed it much yet, if that makes sense. So you could still squish and you can't really stretch all that much, but squish and stuff. Anyway, so we're just gonna condition the clay, which means we need to get it nice and warm, nice and soft, nice and uniform. So just the more that you squeeze, and warm it up, the better. And if you're about to work on another color in a few minutes and it's like really hard, shove it under your ass. Just tuck it right in your crotch and let the heat warm it up. Of course, still in the packaging. It'll ruin your clothes. Don't ask me how I know that. And no, I'm not putting clay in my crotch and then sculpting stuff and giving it to customers. That was one time. I'm just kidding. I'm seriously just kidding. But yeah, anything warm, shove it in your armpit. I don't know, but give it a, well, I don't want to put it in warm water. No, I just shove it right in between my legs and I just hold it there while I'm working on my other stuff. Why not? Okay, now that our clay is, it's pretty soft, and you want to, when you fold it over and go like this, you don't want any cracks. If it's getting really cracky, then it means it's not conditioned enough. After that's ready, just gonna roll it into a ball. We're going to grab one of our clear acrylic little stamp things, and I just take it and put my ball right in the middle of it. It should stick, it should stay, it should be fine. Then we are going to use our balling tools. Right now we are sculpting the bowl. So we take the bigger part of my ball in the middle and we just do a little swirly to give us that initial indent. And then I hold my thumb on the side and I just go all the way around it and start kind of thinning it out while also lifting up the sides so it doesn't just get really thick on the bottom, and keep the sides thin. I want it all. I don't know if I'm showing you guys properly. Just around in a circle around the edges to get those sides the same thickness. bigger ball. We have a somewhat bowl. It's just kind of a squished bowl. Peel it off of here. And I'm gonna just start going around in a circle, pinching. Have you ever done a pinch pot in class, like in high school? It's kind of the same thing, just a pinch. We're just pinching and twisting. You'll pinch and twist. And then we have a bit better of a bowl now. It's just all about going around, finding the thick parts, kind of squishing it around. And there's our basic bowl. Now at the dollar store, they have these fun little crystal things. And like I said earlier, poking the holes is really, really hard. So I take one of these crystals. I take some of my baking powder or cornstarch, whatever you use. It just helps not stick it to the clay. And I am gonna cover this stone. I cover this stone really good, like a saw. And then I put it inside of my little bowl. Okay? It's in there. And then we take our little stamper and I'm gonna put it upside down, like a saw. On the underneath part, I can kind of see where I need to work on some of the shape and stuff. So I'll just flip it upside down and just kind of sit there and try to shape it the way I want. And that crystal in there is going to help hold the shape while I'm poking the holes, poking the dots, so that it doesn't just collapse in on itself. Da, da, da. And there we are. There's our little bowl. But before we get to that next step, I will take a Q-tip, spray some alcohol on it, and there's just some fuzz. There's some fuzzies and stuff, so I'm just taking my Q-tip, cleaning it. Just give it a good scrub. Yep, I wonder what happened if I sprayed it. I've never just tried to spray it. Honestly, too much rubbing alcohol and stuff can kind of mess with the viability of the clay. Yeah, is that what it is? So there's our bowl. She's pretty round. And then I take my daughter tool, my dotting tool, and we're gonna start with the bigger one. Mark my first dot, and we're gonna follow that as a guide. I don't want too much space in between it, but I want enough space to where it doesn't look crazy and crowded. I'm gonna go ahead and do this row and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's that row. And then when we go up to the next row, I'm just gonna go slightly above and in the middle of the two on the bottom. I feel like I'm just doing a terrible job at the angles. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really new to filming. I'm not new to like watching and consuming, so I overanalyze everything, but I'm new to making my own, so I'm not sure if I'm doing a great job. I'm trying. I hope you guys like, and I hope you find some sort of either inspiration to do something fun and crafty, or I just hope you find some sort of entertainment, because yeah, that's made for you. For you, honey, I do for you. Okay, and then when I have the majority of the dots that I want, I'm gonna put the base on. So we take that little tiny piece of clay, get it conditioned up a little bit. It doesn't have to be an insane amount because it's not the absolute structure of the piece. Take it, it's conditioned, roll it into a ball. And then we're gonna take our daughter tools again. I little cornstarch just so the freaking clay doesn't stick to it. Take the ball, just go around in a circle. Kind of makes like a little mini bowl. And I'll keep it on the end of my tool there. Find where the middle is on here. Just gonna pop it down, flip it over to the big ball, and just give it a good squeeze. A good squeeze. There's our little base. Okay? This is an extra step, but if you want, I like to go around with the small daughter tool and redot all of the dots. It gives it just like a little bit more depth, a little bit more dimension. I feel like it looks more like a colander, and I feel bad that I can't make the holes go all the way through, but at the same time, Would I rather put all the holes through and make it look a little better and risk the durability of it, or just say screw it, try to make the holes look as realistic as possible and have a durable as heck keychain? You know, like, what would you rather have? I don't know. I want it to be cute, but I also want it to be functional. Because if somebody messages me, even if it's like 5 years from now, if somebody messages me and says their keychain broke, I'll probably cry about it. So either you take care of your stuff, or I need to make it stronger. Okay, we're at this point now. I'm feeling pretty good. So we just take it. See how it's already kind of lifting? Pop it right off. And I just stretch the edges a little bit, and the thing will, yeah, it'll just pop out. And then we still have our bowl. Everything still looks very nice. There's a little cornstarch, or what did I say? Baking powder in there, but not a big deal. Find a clean spot of this and stick the base. Stick the base on there like so. I take the round tool and just kind of make it a circle again, because sometimes it gets a little wonky. Do a little da-da-da. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Cute. Okay, so then next we're gonna poke the holes on the inside. Hope this thing doesn't fall. Okay. On the inside, I'm basically gonna do the same thing that I did on the outside. I'm gonna take my tool and dot right in the middle. And then I wanna do like, not necessarily a flower shape around it, but yeah, a flower shape in between those. And then in between those. You need to hold the sides, that's fine. Just be really careful you don't push too hard, because then your fingerprints get in it. I hate having my fingerprints in things. Because then when I try to paint over it, you just see fingerprints. When you try to resin, you just see fingerprints. They just never go away, and it's really annoying. Making it nice and uniform. And voila, we have the holes. And if you go to look at it like that, and to you it doesn't look even, just like it didn't to me, same thing I did before. I just take the daughter tool, push around the edges, kind of just squish it where it needs to be thinner, press it down where it needs to be a little thicker. And then poke the holes again if you want. And then at this point, it's really hard for me to put the rim on. So I do go ahead and I bake it at this point, and then I put the rim on second. So after I bake it, it just looks like this. I hope that was satisfying. Probably wasn't. But that's what they look like before I bake it, and then I put the rim on. Grab a tile. I am sculpting on top of a tile, but I don't necessarily like to put the whole damn thing into the oven. It's a lot. It's a lot. So then we just take this bad boy, and I bake it upside down. Because when I put it upside down here, it helps hold its form a little bit more too. There she is. She's so cute. Oh, and then you gotta take one of your one of these needle tools, find where I'm gonna have the keychain, and I absolutely violate it. Yeah, just like that. Now it's ready to bake. While this is baking, I have some that need rims, so we'll go ahead and do the rims next. So I have just about 6 already baked ones that I need to put the rims on. I have the colors out that I already need. First things first, we gotta condition again. But this time I'm gonna make it a little easier, and I'm gonna put it in my roller. Just put it in there and crank it. And I just, you wanna fold over and then roll where the fold was. It helps with the air bubbles. So fold, and then you put it in this way. Just over and over until it feels good, and when you bend it, it doesn't easily crack like that. See? Eventually, it should bend very easily. Do a crack test. See how it's getting a little better? If you want, midway through, warm it up with your hands a little bit too. The warmth really helps. Pop it back in. What's your guys' favorite movie? I have quite a few favorite movies, but I am a Star Wars whore. I am a whore for Star Wars. Basically every tattoo that I have is of Star Wars. My first independent tattoo that I paid for, I made the, I did the consultation, I made all of those things myself, was my R2-D2. I love him. And then my second one was my sleeve. You can only see the Mythosaur skull at the bottom right now. All the way up here, I have the Empire. I got the Empire back here, and then I have the Rebel up here, and then just a pretty flower, and then it goes all under here. And then my very first tattoo I ever gave myself. Oh wait, that's a lie. This is the very first tattoo I ever gave myself. It's an X-wing and a TIE fighter. Yeah. And then my second one I ever gave myself is this BB-8. I mean, it's not that bad, right? But I haven't colored it in all the way yet. I get too distracted by all of my other hyperfixations. Anyway, continuing with this black. We are conditioned good now. I'm gonna do maybe like 1 or 2 more just to get it to a completely flat, nice, smooth. And then we'll put it down like that. I didn't even plan for it, but I came to realize that my lids on my mica powders are literally exactly the size that I want. So I just take this and I push it in there, just give it a little impression. And then I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife, which I need to change the dang blade. Please hold. Change the blade. I do have a circle imprint, and I'm just gonna cut it out halfway because that's what feels right, and the other way. And then as you're using the ceramic tile, if you use cutters and stuff like that, whatever you stick and push onto the board will stay on the board. So if you cut and then you just take off the remainder, it'll just stick there. That's one reason why I really do like the ceramic tile. I'll take some of my baking powder over the top. Just, I don't know, for me it smooths the edges out a little bit, doesn't make them so harsh to where it looks like I literally just cut it with an X-Acto knife. Just go around, smooth it a bit. Okay, and then a fluffy brush. This does happen to be a Morphe brush. Sorry Morphe, unless you want to sponsor me. If anybody would like to, with my 35 followers. You never know. I could sell a product to every 35 of you. But I would appreciate it if you're not already subscribed to take a moment to subscribe. Ring the little bell loop. This is only my second video, so not a lot of notifications to be had, but you know what? There will be more. Much, much more. You can just put the raw clay on top of already baked clay and cross your butt and hope that it stays, but for me, I like to be secure. So I take some of my translucent Sculpey, and it's such a cool texture, but I pour it out onto here. Oh, and then I don't want too much. I just want a little bit. Well, that's a lot, honestly. Okay. And then I'm gonna take my bowl and I'm gonna rim it. Translucent's a little wonky. You have to go really slow, because if you go really fast like this, it doesn't even stick, or it pulls it all off. Look. If we dip it in real slow, like, and then slowly lift up. Oh. Oh. And if I don't like where it is, I just take my finger and I push it around to where I want it. Do a little dollop. This stuff works, like, it reacts so weird. It's a liquid if you touch it. Oh, what's that stuff called? It's a liquid when you touch it, but like when you punch it, it's like a solid oobleck. It's like oobleck. Okay, so I take my little flap, my clayed rim, and I'm gonna put my rim on like so. See? And I'm just going to, I don't want a big lip. I don't want a big lip on it, just a little one. So just go all the way around, find the thickness that I want and push it in real good. It's okay if that translucent clay is coming out the top, it's better, honestly. And then when I get to like right here, take one of my silicone ones, the one with the angle like this, and I'll just kind of go around the edge. Because if it's overflowing, it'll like go and fill in the holes of the colander. I don't want that. So just push it, push the white clay where, or the translucent clay where I want it. It does look white right now, but it will not bake like that. It will bake completely clear. Yeah, so it kind of looks like that. Then I have this circle cutter, which also just happens to fit literally perfect in the middle. I just find the middle, give it a good push, a good twist, bam. It's still in there. Just take your X-Acto knife, grab it out. There's our rim. And then the translucent clay that's on the inside, I just go in and smooth everything. It fills in the gaps, any gaps there are in between the rim and the bowl. And there will be our black colander. And we'll put it on our plate. Since I did so much cornstarch on the top though, it's not sticky much anymore. I'll take a Q-tip, a little bit of alcohol, and I'm just gonna do the rim. I don't necessarily want it to be sticky, but I don't want it to be too dried up, because if it is, then it won't stick to my ceramic tile for baking. So I'll put it upside down, smush it a little, and it's ready to bake. Okay, I'm gonna do it with the purple one. This one should go faster. This is the original Sculpey. I didn't even realize. I don't know why I didn't realize when I looked at it, but it is so, it's just so soft. It's so much like, I don't know if you can watch when I squish it. Do you see how easy that squishes? Here's the black. Do you see how hard that squishes? Side by side. Same, well, we'll do like a side by side. See how easy? I mean, can you see how easy? I can feel it. I can feel how not easy this is compared to this. Bad demonstration. I'll just keep going. Anyway, so this one's a lot softer than the rest of them. Pow! Smack that bitch on the counter. Grab my little stencil. Push it in. Cut it out. Excuse me. Cut it out. Okay. Peel off the excess. Put it back in the package. Baking powder. I'm doing like a speed run this round, so you can see that like it doesn't always take me 15 minutes. It takes me a lot longer when I'm having to explain it, mainly because I feel like I have to overly explain everything. I don't know. Low-key, there's quite a few YouTubers and stuff that I've watched do polymer clay when I was trying to learn, that man, I wish they would have over-explained. You know, I wish they would have just gone a little bit more in depth and explained a little bit more, because anyway, just set in the translucent clay, slightly lift. If you want, you could just like grab some on your nail and put it around, but I feel like it's just easier to dip. Dip and do a slow pull. Yeah, see, that whole side got coated. I don't need that much on one side, so I'm just gonna take bits. And see, when I tap it on there, it doesn't go on. But if I rest and just slowly move, it will. Isn't that cool? I love the way that it acts. It's so fun. It's also a pain in my ass. Okay, there she is. She is ready to be rimmed. Yeah, same thing right in the middle. You can see the rim. That part has like way more rim than the rest. So we just squish. This one has barely any rim, so we just pull or push. Barely any rim, just push it. Push and smooth it, baby. Push and smooth. It's just all about the finesse. You just got to keep finessing it until it's where you want it. And a lot of times it's never where you want it, and that's okay, because it's just okay. It's okay to not be perfect at something, and it's okay to not get it right the first time. It's okay to not get it right even the first few times. I can't even tell you how many times I've tried something and I didn't get it right, and I was just like, fuck it. Fuck it. You know, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I wouldn't have done that. I had an absolute breakdown to my husband the other day because I'm new here, so you don't know much about me, but I used to do show choir in my school. I did it my whole high school and middle school years. It was so fun. We went to Disney World, all of these amazing things. And when I moved here to Arizona, I was on my own. I was now an adult on my own, and I didn't really look to doing things, so I didn't really look into theater or singing or anything like that when I first moved here. But then later on, down the road, I'm pretty sure my aunt heard me singing one day in the shower. Either that or she just knew that I enjoyed singing, and she prompted me to go try out for a play / musical that was going to be happening in my town at our college here. It's the Prescott Yavapai College. It's like a community college, but it's amazing. And they were doing Secret Garden. I have never done a play before, but I've done a lot of show choir, and I said, sure, I'll try it. And for me, I was like, if I'm going to go big, I'm going to go big. So I learned the main female roles, songs, and all that. So yeah, I learned all. I believe the name was Lily or something like that. I think Lily. It's been almost 8 years since I was in that play. Maybe even 9 since I was in that play. So I apologize if I don't remember exactly the names, but it was the best experience of my life. Theater kids, it's like a whole new family, But I was talking to my husband the other day because I was working at a little restaurant right before COVID happened, and I was pregnant with my daughter, and they were going to do Phantom of the Opera, which is probably an absolute bucket list / if I could ever be in the Phantom of the Opera, my life would be complete kind of situation. So yeah, I auditioned. I sang Think of Me. It was the most surreal experience. There was a camera and literally like 10 to 15 teachers and directors in front of me. It was insane. I did not get Christine, but I did get cast. And I was so freaking excited. I couldn't even believe it. Okay. And then I had to tell my work, hey, I'm really going to be unavailable a lot because the rehearsal schedule was crazy. Understandably so. It's Phantom of the Opera. It's Phantom of the Opera. I understand it's going to take a lot of rehearsals and practices, okay? I knew that. My work didn't know that. They weren't pleased with that because I was one of the best servers, okay? I will toot my own horn. Toot motherfucking toot, okay? So I was pregnant with my daughter, found out about this, told them about the rehearsal schedule. They said, oh, wow, okay. But what if we offer you management instead and pay you way more? And me, as a struggling, young, now soon-to-be mom, I had the support of my my partner. We've been together almost 11 years now. He's amazing, but I had enough support. It was just, in my mind, I felt like I needed to be more adult. And so I dropped out of Phantom. And I was devastated. Absolutely distraught, having to email the director as well and explain to him that I couldn't, when the director has been nothing but the best person to me. He offered me free singing lessons, and I went and did makeup for a play while I was pregnant with my was it with my daughter? Where's my timeline at? But I was pregnant at the time, and I was just volunteering to do makeup. I wasn't expecting to get money. I wasn't expecting anything from it. But at the end, they literally wrote me a check for some money to help me get anything else I needed for my kids. God damn it. I feel like I fucked over a family member. You know what I mean? And I don't know if I'm scared to try to go back or what, but theater people are a different breed of people, okay? He will probably be understanding as to what happened. And for me, I'm just like, I'm so fucking sorry. But yeah, I had a meltdown the other day because of that. I would love to do Phantom of the Opera. It would be a dream, an absolute dream. Even if I have to be Meg Giry, I'm okay with that. Christine. Where in the world have you been hiding? Really, you were perfect. Okay. Or, some Christine. All I want is freedom, a world with no more night, and you always beside me to hold me and to hide me. Anyway, I didn't get to do that, and I was really sad about it. So if there is another one, oh my God, if for some reason they do Wicked, I will lose my shit. I will lose my shit. I live a little over an hour away from the college now, and if they were to do Wicked, I'm sorry, I would have to become a hobo, and I will live on the streets, or I can't drive an hour every day. That's so much gas, dude. Nah, I'll just live in the studio. I'll live in the practice rooms. Sorry, this one's occupado. I needed to sleep here. But if another one comes along, I'm not skipping out on the chance again. I did that one time. It bit me in the ass. I'm so sad about it. And then I went and watched it, and it was the most beautiful. Oh, it was so good. And Christine, her name, she was played by Kayla. Oh my God, I forgot her last name. Kayla Mahone, I believe. Hold on. Okay, Kayla Dawn Mahone Ward. Oh, she's amazing. I found a video. You're gonna have to listen. It's just so good, and I'm so happy that I got to go see it. Devastated that I couldn't be in it. But I'm so happy I got to go see it, and I'm so happy I got to see her dream come true. She loved it. She looked amazing. Holy crap balls. Yavapai College, Performing Arts Center. It's amazing. And if you are in the Prescott area and you're looking to maybe branch out and do something kind of like musically inclined, but you're not sure, getting into a play at the Yavapai College, 10 out of 10 recommend. Anywho, now that I'm done with the rims, I am going to bake those, and then I'll go ahead and start doing some of my resin and stuff, but I'll show you how I make my little resin drips, which are these little drippy drips here on the side. They don't seem like they're all that hard to make, but they're kind of an asshole to make, okay? So, first things first, I do close my window, mainly because I don't want the natural UV light coming in and curing my stuff when I'm not even finished with the stuff yet. Okay, we're going to go in with Mr. Resin, medium viscosity, fast curing, crystal clear resin. I also have the Mr. Resin UV light. See? And then to make my drips, I take some fishing line. This is really cheap fishing line from Walmart. Not sponsored. How am I not? I do take some of this resin, and I have a lid from said resin, and I just put a little in there, like so. I don't have like goggles or anything like that. I just put my blue light glasses on. I have a, what's it called? An irrational fear of resin getting into my eyes. Maybe it is rational, I don't know. But boy, I do not want that in my eyes. That sounds like the scariest experience ever. Okay, try to like do it to where you can kind of see it curing almost, okay? So here's my little cap down here. I'm gonna take my string, okay? And I am gonna turn this on before I do it. And I'm gonna get it ready, dip it in here till it gets a little drip, and I put it right up to the light. Get it right in the light. It almost dripped before it cured all the way. That's skill. No, that's just sheer luck. I have this purple mat down here is specifically for curing resin things on, but if I were to drip it and then put it onto the thing, it would make it all flat. I want it to be an actual drip, okay? Once I'm satisfied with that drip, my drip, I'm gonna go back in. Dippy dippy dip. Gonna get our light ready again. And we're gonna yoink and put. Cure. See? Now we have 2 drips. I'll just put this little stand. And there we are. We have a tiny water drip. I will turn this off. I will set this down and find my X-Acto knife, and I just cut the drip off of the string. Get onto our little mat, and I'll just give it a little flash cure. Last night though, I took a couple hours and I made a whole bunch. Anyway, now we got our little drip. She's done. And I'm gonna keep my UV light here. I'm sorry, I probably have just like the worst, this is probably the worst angle ever. But I don't really know how to show you the drips. So I take a drip and I soak it into the resin, find the hole that I want to put it in. I'm gonna put some resin there. And then we're gonna turn our light on, double time, and we're gonna connect it. Connect it while it's curing. And then we let go, and if it's on there, then that's good. Then we have done the first bit, and then we just need to get our light real close up to that drip. Cure that drip. And there's the drip. So when it's hanging, okay, let's do another one. Same thing. This drips a little bit more. This drips a little bit more plump. Dip resin. We'll just turn this on for now. Find where we want it. Resin all over that area. We're gonna shove it in there. Grab a brush. Put a drop in here, on here. So now that I put the drips on, because what I want it to look like is basically like water's dripping out of it while it's hanging. I want to do the rim now. I like to put just a bit around the rim to kind of give it a little bit more definition. I only do half and half mainly because I don't want it to touch my hands, and it's a little easier to just not go full balls to the wall and do the whole dang thing all in one go. I don't know, I just find it easier. Some people find it easier to just do it all in one go. Just have to find what works for you. I like to do half and half. I feel like it gives me a bit more work time with it. But I'm just taking one of these really cheap arts and crafts brushes. Making sure I'm really not missing any spots. So I was able to get like 3/4 of it. We'll just set it right here. Make sure that the ring isn't in the resin, or else it'll cure the ring. One ring to rule them all. I'm not very good at the camera angles and stuff yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. But hopefully that kind of showed you how I do the drips a little bit and how I attach them. I get very, very fixated, so I get kind of quiet when I'm trying to like focus. But it's curing pretty nicely. If it's a sunny day, I will put all my things in my windowsill as well, just to give it that extra frickin'. I want that stuff to be tough. But yeah, that's what it'll look like afterwards. Tell me in the comments if you think it looks colander-y enough. Okay, because it might not look like much, but these are so hard to make. It's like trying to sculpt with bubblegum. You ever tried to sculpt with bubblegum? I haven't, but that sounds like a nightmare. The fishing line really saved my life because I was using string and it didn't look good. It didn't look good at all. Once we're all cured around the sides that had the resin on it, I will go ahead and I will push that that ring over the spot that's already resin now. And I'll put resin in the spot that it needs. Little dot. Brush. Oh. Ain't losing no eyes over here today. Not today. But I'm just smoothing it around the rim just to cover up all the spots. I think that looks pretty good. We'll do one final cure here. Yeah. And we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, and then basically after that, they're done. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to put each one in its own little organza. Is that what it's called? Organza bag. Just like this, and do a little cinch it. Then, I'm gonna take one of these little tags, loop it underneath the dang strings. And just do a like that action. Think of what I want to do next, because there's quite a few things that I want to make next. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm trying to do whatever I can at home, but I'm also a little crazy, so I end up getting all of these different ideas and outlets and things to where I'm overwhelmed now, and I'm unsure of where I'm at. But I also really want to try to do something SpongeBob themed. I love SpongeBob, and I want to make like a little mini bikini bottom. Would love to see that. Who wants to make a little mini bikini bottom? Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. If there's anything you want to see me make, anything you want me to teach you how to do, I'd probably be teaching myself first, but we'll figure it out together. You know what I mean? It's always more fun to figure it out with another person, I feel like. Anywho, that's how I make colander keychains. And before this order, I had never made colander keychains before. So it's all trial and error. It's all figuring things out together. It's finding a community where you can reach out and talk to people and ask questions without people saying, well, you could buy my class. If you really want to know how I do it, you can spend money on my class. No, I don't want to gatekeep tricks. That's rude. I understand artists have to make money, but if you're a good artist, I feel like you'll make money from your art. If your passions are in it, it will show. But if you're just doing it just to try to like make a quick buck, I don't know, some people are successful at it, and those people piss me off. Because you know what? To be successful with just my art is my biggest dream. And for some people, they scam people with fucking art, or they just get up and make some fake ass shit and they get, you know, do you know how many like AI printed like Christmas t-shirts and holiday t-shirts and stuff I've seen? It's hilarious. Like a Christmas sweater that they think are just like normal cats, but when you get up close, it's like, I don't know, cats freaking eating pies or something. I don't know. Or the cats have 6 eyes, or some of the cats are like in some of the pictures and they don't even realize. The AI stuff pisses me off. I don't want to gatekeep any tricks. They might not even be that cool. It might even be things that people already know. And you're sitting there like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you anything because nobody else should be able to do what I do. Ew. 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 What kind of mentality is that? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I had so much fun showing you guys how to make my colander keychains. It's not a normally stocked item. It is just an item for a lovely customer who supports my art, and I couldn't be any more thankful. And like I said, if there's something that you want to see me make, if you don't know how to make something, or if you're just wanting to zone out and make some stuff, subscribe. I also filmed a whole ass makeup tutorial on how I did my cow eyeliner. I accidentally deleted all of that this morning. So I'm still trying to be positive though, okay? We had fun. We're here. We have a video no matter what. And you know what? We'll be back for more, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Please join me again. I'm thinking about changing my YouTube name also. Please tell me if you like it. Because my name is Bailey, and I was like, oh, B is cute, and then Craftee. And then when I went to go look that up after having that for a little bit, I realized quite a few people kind of had a username similar. So should I just go with my name, Bailey Marie, or what should I do? What should I do? Until next time, goodbye.